Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you guys doing? How is everything going? Are you guys enjoying yourself? And happy new year, guys. 2024 is going to be so massive for every one of us, me and my subscribers. Amen. So guys, today's video is a part 2 of so today's video is a part 2 of my terrible, horrible experience at my NYSC PPA. I hope you guys loved the first video. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video, and here is another video. I'm telling you the complete story here. So before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe. I am serious. Road to 500 subscribers. Wow, 449, guys. What are you doing? Tell more people about this. Don't gatekeep. Make sure you subscribe, you comment, you like, and you share this video so we reach our desired subscribers. So after that being said and done, let's get right into the video. Okay, so guys, today's video I will be telling you guys the remaining part of the story while I do makeup on myself for the first time. Like, can you believe I don't know how to do makeup? And I'm going to try the little techniques I've been learning from my friends and my sister on my face. And at the end of this story, this video and my makeup, you're going to tell me how I did. Do you understand? Tell me if I did well. You're going to grade me and tell me where I need to work on. You get me? I think I was telling you guys where I helped IT students with their logbook, and the logbooks were very, very good. Like, it became better. And then the next day, Superby came to meet me in the office aggressively. Before I continue, what do we even do here? Like, how do we start makeup? Okay, I think the first thing we're going to do is OMG. First thing we're going to do is primer. Yeah, I remember that. So we're going to no, primer is not the first thing. We're going to moisturize our face. Okay, so I'm going to use the ceramide face facts. I don't really like this moisturizer because it's sort of heavy on the face, so I'm going to put very little because the baby girl gonna sweat if I put too much on my face. So like I was saying, Superby came to meet me in the office aggressively around 7 a.m. You know, I told you we resume by 7 and we close by 2. And she was like, Bolu. When she entered, I was like, okay, well, what do you want from me? Because we were not talking. We did not talk after that time. Like, let me even tell you guys something that I didn't put in the first video. After that time when she was repeatedly interrupting me, the next day when I came to work, I greeted her. She didn't respond. She started snubbing me, and I noticed that it started reoccurring. She started snubbing me. Like, if I greet her, she won't answer, and I stopped greeting her honestly because you're not paying my bills. Like, so before I continue, I've moisturized, so we're going to use primer. This primer I'm using. So she entered, and in my head I'm like, I didn't greet her because we don't used to greet each other, so I just looked at her like, oh yeah. Then she was like, Bolu, why did I go and tell the IT students to draw why did I tell the IT students to go and draw chlorine drum in their logbook? I now told her that, sorry, I didn't know meant to draw the things they use in water treatment plants. That I didn't meant to draw the fan. Like, that's exactly how I asked. I was like, I didn't meant to draw the fan. I didn't meant to draw the refrigerator. I didn't meant to draw you. Then she now looked at me like, I'm like, yeah, I don't understand, because you're entering the office and you're like telling me why did I let them draw. I was like, they literally spoke about it, that they taught them how to measure it and what it is used for, so why can't they draw the drums? And she was like, when these IT students come, she's going to deal with them, like she was shouting. And I was like, you can't deal with them because I told them what to write. If you have any issues with what they wrote, face me, come to me. Don't go and be shouting at the poor children that wrote what I told them to write. She was like, that they did nonsense, that the supervisor that was meant to comment and sign, supervisor that meant to comment and sign on your logbook, because I think they submitted their logbook a day before she came to attack me, for the supervisor to sign, because that day she came to attack me, their supervisors from school was coming to come and see them. So she was like, the supervisor from Zatec that was meant to sign, that's Mr. A, that he was shouting, he was just complaining that they did nonsense, they did rubbish, that he was really complaining and stuff. And I felt bad because I was like, I was complaining, okay, like I was not feeling bad that have I taught these children nonsense, like have I taught these guys nonsense, that kind of thing. She was really talking, really shouting that she's going to deal with them, that he was complaining, he was just lamenting, that he was saying they wrote nonsense, that they wrote rubbish, that he just had to sign it because their supervisor from school was coming. That's exactly what she said. And mind you, in the office I was with the second core member. We are only 2 core members at that time, so I was the second core member, Deborah. And when she left, Deborah told me something, and thank God I followed Deborah. God bless you, Deborah. Deborah was like, Bolu, go and meet Mr. A yourself. This woman may not be saying exactly what, she might be over exaggerating the entire thing. And because before I didn't want to go and meet Mr. A, like I was like, I already accepted I did nonsense because of the way she was talking and the way and how aggressive she was. Thank God I didn't go and meet Mr. A. Okay, so I've rubbed my primer. What's next? I think concealer. Yeah, concealer. I'm not using foundation because people that I see that do makeup, they rarely use foundation, so I don't use concealer. Which concealer is closer to my skin tone? I think this one. So thank God I went to go and meet Mr. A. And when I went to meet Mr. A, I told him that, oh sir, I came to see you because Super B barged into the office today and she was attacking me. I don't even know what I'm doing. You people should not let me come for me at all because I'm terrible. Well, let's continue. I think it will end well. I think it will end well. So now Super B came, she barged into the office and she was complaining that she was saying that you were lamenting concerning the logbooks, that I did rubbish, they wrote nonsense and all. And guess what this man said? This man said that never happened. He said he was not, he said he wasn't, you should not mind my beauty blender, don't worry, that suffered enough. He said he was not complaining about the logbook, that the logbook was very fine, that he didn't even have any problem with the logbook, that the only problem he was lamenting about was because they came to submit their logbook late, like around after 5, and he was meant to sign and comment on like 3 different people's logbooks. And I was just like concerned that why did people come and submit logbook by this time, like it is late, that kind of thing. That's the only thing. And then he noticed that all of them copied themselves. And I explained that, oh, so the reason why they all wrote the same thing was because most of them are not in the same school. Do you understand? Some people are in Kwasu, some people are in Osun State University, some people are in funab. So it was like, oh, that you understand, that was the only problem. He didn't have any that. In fact, the logbook was very, very good. Imagine. And Superbi was downstairs shouting at me, telling me that I made some children, some guys write nonsense. I was like, she came to shout at me, and I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like it. This man started apologizing on her behalf, that I shouldn't be angry, that no, he didn't complain, no, their logbook is not bad. That what he feels is wrong with her is that she wants them to come and meet her. She doesn't want them to come and be meeting me. And I told him that, honestly, if she doesn't want me to teach these students again, she should just let me know. It is that simple. Just come and tell me that, Bolu, stop teaching the IT students. Stop telling them things to do. I want to be doing my work myself. He was like, he even likes the fact that I am teaching them because nobody's paying me to take these students in Zatec. He said nobody's paying me. It's not part of my job description. So for me to just sit down and just see that, okay, I want to help these people. I want to do this work. I want to take up this responsibility means a lot, and it really commends me and appreciates me. That's what he told me. And I was glad, I was fulfilled. Then I went downstairs. I told him thank you and all. I went downstairs and I thanked Deborah for advising me to go and meet the man. If not, I would have thought that the man actually had a problem with it. Am I blending this thing well, you guys? Ooh, my makeup is coming. What have I even done? So let me say, like, some minutes after she now came, she came to meet me. She now told me to come outside. I went outside. She was not like, oh, did I feel some sort of way the way she came to meet me this morning? I'm like, obviously, you busted into the office, you were raising your voice. She was like, no, I shouldn't feel some sort of way, that she even likes the way I'm taking them. She doesn't have a problem, that she's even happy because I'm relieving her some of her responsibilities and her stress. That she don't think that way, I should not think that way. Yada, yada, yada. I was like, honestly, to be honest, I don't understand the attitude that you start putting up because of this whole IT student thing. Because she has really been on my nerves and stuff. She's like, no, she doesn't. I was like, okay, no problem. And I went back inside. And that was it for that day. So, fast forward to one of my duties as a core member in Zatec is to write reports. Basically, now what are reports? We write reports on the amount of liters of water that was produced that shift. Do you understand? We write reports on the amount of chlorine. We calculate the amount of chlorine, lime, and alum that was used in that shift. Basically. So let me give you guys a little backstory on this side. What are we doing next? Concealer. You guys, I don't know. What am I doing next? I'm using a darker concealer. Contour. It's contour. It's contour. It's contour. It's not concealer. It's contour. I think this was a bad idea. I'm gonna buy it. See, whatever way the spirit leads, I will just do it like that. Then, where did I stop? So there was a time she was going on leave, but as she was going on leave, my boss, the plant manager, engineer A, told her to leave, like hand over all her work to me, that I should take it up. Now this means I had to come very early and I had to prepare some reports that he has to sign before he comes to work, basically. So I took up her duties and responsibilities for a month, because her leave was a month. So I was doing it. She taught me everything. I was doing it. Then when she came back, I was even happy because the stress was a lot. I was like, oh, thank God you're going to. But my boss was like, I should still continue the work. And she said she didn't want to take back the work. So I continued filing the reports and stuff. So when you guys, I think this powder. So what are we using? I get to use wrong brush. I picked up this brush. I think I'm using this brush. we're using chocolates and ebony. So when she came back, she didn't want to continue her work, so I still continued. Then I always feel this report, you feel it's like around 2 o'clock when when the shift is ending. Some people bring the reports, then you just calculate and stuff. So basically, I started feeling the report from girl. And this woman, she was always complaining, like she was always having something to complain about my things. It's either she'll come and say, and let me tell you guys, one of the reports is calculating chlorine and all those things. Now we're meant to go and meet, you know, I told you the hierarchy. You're meant to meet the attendants. They're the ones that pour chlorine. So you're meant to ask the attendants, oh, how many drums of chlorine did they use today? How many lime? Then you calculate. So it's whatever they tell me. They tell me 4 drums of chlorine. I calculate 4 drums of chlorine. So there was a time when the attendants in particular told me a wrong number. Like, I think it wasn't even meant to be 4. Maybe it was meant to be 5 and they told me 3 or something. I should have calculated it. Then the next morning she was shocked. And the thing is that she doesn't talk like calmly, like, oh, to me. She's always like very aggressive and defensive. That I made a mistake. I was like, oh. That was the attendant that told me the wrong thing. That I'm sorry. And that was it. There was another time again, attendant told me something wrong. And how am I meant to know? Is the like I'm meant to ask the attendant. Chicken. Because I think my forehead is whiter than my okay, but how do I look, guys? I think I need more powder. I'm not going to use powder yet. I'm going to use setting powder. We'll get it right. We'll have a beautiful finish. I'm sure of that. So giving in it, girl, giving an in it, babe. So wait, you push it. Okay, I'm not going to put on my forehead because my forehead is already shining so much, so I can just put it on my yeah. I'll put it here. Let it set. As it's setting, I'll be doing my eyeshadow. So the amount of times I've said so today, good, you guys. So basically, she now started shouting and all. I shall apologize. There was another time that those attendants told me something wrong again. And at this point I was like, you can't keep on shouting at me. Like, go and shout at the attendants. They're the ones telling me nonsense. Why do you keep on? How am I meant to know that they're lying? So there was this time where in the report I knew I made the mistake, because when she showed me, I apologized immediately that, oh, I made the mistake. I took accountability of everything. So there was one day I resumed work and the bride is telling me that, oh, Super B came and she was shouting at her about a mistake I made. This time, you guys, there were other core members, like we're now 7 core members, like 7 girls. That Super B said I made a mistake, this is that. And when Deborah eventually showed me the mistake, it was the mistake she told me about before that I took accountability of, and I apologized immediately. And I told Deborah that she has told me about this mistake before and I apologized. So why is she talking about it again? Deborah was like, it's a lie, am I serious? I was like, yes. She said, if I see the way she was talking, you think I just made the mistake like yesterday and she hasn't seen it since. I was like, we've spoken about this thing before. When she came, and I wanted to go and meet her, the other core member girls were like, oh, don't go and meet her, so it will look that no matter how I want to go and tell her, it will look very defensive and all. And I thought about it, like, okay, true, because I was going, I might shout. And I waited. They were like, let her just come and tell you herself. She doesn't say anything, just look up. So I was waiting for her to come and tell me herself. This woman did not. She now came into the office. And I was praying. She tells me something, and she did. I was very happy. And I told her, you've corrected me about this thing before. Why are you bringing it up again? She said, no, she hasn't corrected me. I said, if you've not corrected me before, how come I know about the mistake? Like, how am I like, immediately the brother showed me, I was like, you've corrected me before, how? She said, I was like, yes. I said, see, in fact, you've been complaining so much, like you always have an issue with everything I do. And when I try to explain to you that some mistakes are not mine, you don't want to listen. That, see, now there are even about 6 other core member girls. Just shared to them, I'm not doing this report again. Like, I was tired. She kept on complaining, and I was tired. I couldn't handle it. Like, imagine coming to work every day and somebody has something to say about something, when majority of the time it's not my fault, and I still apologize, but you still have something to say. So I said, well, see, give it to the other core member girl. She was like, hey, I'm not going to do it again. I said, yes, I'm not going to. She said, I should not do it now, no problem. I was like, okay. Then one afternoon, my IT students, I kept on teaching them. I helped them with their seminar, I helped them with their IT reports. It was going very, very well. And the people that stuck, because there were some people that were with me, and at a point they went to meet her back. I didn't have any issues. I was like, okay. The people that stuck with me from the beginning, I felt like those ones had mixed feelings, or maybe they were scared, I don't know. But people that 5 girls that stuck with me, that said, nah, we die here. Belumi, Jumoke, Fumi, Tofumi, and I think Lola, Abolore. Those 5 girls stuck with me. Like, they're like, Kopabi, tell me what's next. Kopabi, I'm right, I'm not going to go meet anybody. Because the more they went to meet her, do you know what she does? She'll tell them to bring Tipex, so that she will Tipex everything. Like, you literally be telling my IT students that they wrote nonsense, they wrote rubbish. You know who wrote it, so why you say they wrote rubbish? Like, trying to degrade my work. If you have an issue with it, as an adult, what are you meant to do? Are you not meant to come and meet me? Oh, Bolu, I don't think what you told them to write here makes a lot of sense. Why don't you try this method? Why don't you tell them to do like a reasonable person? But no, she'll be telling my IT students that this thing is nonsense, this thing is rubbish, you wrote rubbish, go and bring Tipex. They will change it. And guess what? What she now eventually, maybe she writes it in their jotter, is rubbish, like it's repetitive and nonsense. And I used to have headache. I'm like, how can a graduate be thinking this way? That was it though, guys. I'm looking like all those anyways. Like so okay, we're going with powder. I think this was the point where I was meant to use powder, but we're going with powder again. So basically, she now, those IT students stuck with me, so we continued. We're doing our sheets, we're happy and all. So there was one day, let me take you guys back a little. There was one time she was in front of me, like the desk. Let's say I'm sitting here, she's sitting there, like in front, like the other side of the desk in front of me. So I wanted to write the reports. So instead of me to go and meet the attendants, I told one of the IT students, God, I'm sweating. I told one of the IT students to help me ask the attendants for the calculation of the chemicals for that day. So I just, I was already going. I saw her already writing it. I was like, oh, Super B, are you already writing this stuff? So that I don't need to send the students. Do you know this woman snubbed me? I increased my tempo. Maybe she did not hear me the first time. Super B, are you already writing the IT this thing? She snubbed me. The third time I said super, like to the extent that IT students had to stop what they were doing and they were looking at me like, what's going on? Super B, are you already writing the report? That's when she did. She just shook her head like, And I was so irritated. I was like, what's this attitude for? Why? Okay guys, I think the next action online is our blush. We're gonna blush. Blush, 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 blush. So I'm so confused that why is one giving me a symbol? You know, concern me. I say, you guys, it was so bad that at the end of the day, work became exhausting for me. And I wasn't talking, like, I didn't really have friends at work. I really didn't. If not for the IT students, I had no other friend at work. Work became very, very exhausting for me. Like, a work that if I'm going to before, I used to be so excited and happy. Now it was draining. Like, I was always dreading to go to work. I was always tired. I was in my head, you know, this kind, when I get to the gate of the workplace, I'm like, here we go again. I didn't like it because I knew it was one drama or the other. And for somebody that I do not know you from nada, like, why do you have a problem with, why do you have a problem with me? Why do you have a problem with me? Why do you have something to say about me? That kind of thing. So it was so bad. I cried multiple times. I told my friends were like, the fuck? And to think that this baby is not old. She's not old at all. She's like 26 or 27 highest. It was so bad that I had to go and meet my plant manager. You guys, I had to meet my plant manager. And I had to go and meet engineer Yayyyy. I can remember going to his office that day and I explained everything to him. He said, Bolu, see, this man told me things that changed my entire reasoning. Because before, in my mentality, you have to be threatened by somebody you know. You have to know that, oh, this babe has money, I'm threatened by it. Oh, this babe has shape, I'm threatened by it. I didn't know that you'd be threatened by somebody that you don't even know. You don't know anything about me. You only see me. And it's not like I dress all that to work. I don't dress all that to work. Jeans and top. Sometimes when I feel like dressing, okay, I dress corporate and nice, but it's not like I do anything so extra that you should feel so intimidated. And my boss said, Bolu, I've seen when like the HODs have classes and ask questions. I've seen how you answer questions. I've seen how you carry yourself. I've seen how you teach the IT students. I've seen everything. And said anybody that has inferiority complex would have a problem with you. He said, look at the way you dress, look at your shape. He said, stand beside her, she would have inferiority complex. He said, let me not lie to you, she has inferiority complex. Do you know this lady, that time I was doing the reports, apparently when we accumulate the entire report, we have to send it to our boss. She went to ask my boss that, why am I sending reports to my, like, how did I get my boss's number for me to be sending reports to my boss? Can you imagine? And my boss was like, anybody that is meant to send reports, you were off duty and she took up your job. Is she not meant to be sending reports to me? Who she was like, hey, I meant to go and give the HOD. And my boss was like, you do not tell me how to, did I complain to you that she's sending me messages? So why do you have a problem with her sending me messages? So many things. And my boss was like, my boss told me, Bolu, don't ever reduce yourself. Don't ever dim yourself. Don't ever hide in your shell. Because that was what was happening. I was hiding in my shell. I wasn't as lively as I was. The only reason I had a fulfilled purpose of coming to work were my IT students. The only people that kept me alive. And the only people that made me feel like I knew what I was doing. No other person made me feel like that. And I wasn't even really talking to the other core member girls. Do you understand? Because they were forming their little carcass and I wasn't in for that. So my boss, and this time I went to meet my boss, the core members, and the IT students had already gone back to their school. My boss said, don't ever dim your lights for another person. He said, Bolu, continue dressing. In fact, dress better. Continue carrying yourself the way you do. Continue speaking out in confidence, because Zatec is not the last place you are going to work. You will meet worse things outside. You will meet worse people in front. So don't ever dim yourself for another person. Continue doing what you're doing. And he said, continue teaching the IT students. They're doing very well. I've gone through their logbook and it was fantastic. Imagine a whole ass engineer, you that you just, God, guys, you don't know how much that made me feel. I felt better. I felt better. Honestly, I felt better when I spoke to my boss. I felt better, and he said he's not going to talk. He's not going to call her because he doesn't want it to seem like, oh, he's involving the whole this thing. But anytime she tries to make it physical, then she will regret her actions. That's when he will come in and she will regret her actions. Apparently, my boss said this is how she does to every other set. She picks one person and she hates, or she hates all the entire core members that come there. Now there was a particular set that wanted to gang up and beat her. Imagine that he was the one that stood in and fought for that. No, you can't be my staff, that kind of thing. That he thought that it was the core members' problem, but now me being another person complaining about the same thing, now he's assured that she is the problem. Did she stop doing what she was doing? No. We didn't talk again. I don't greet her, she doesn't greet me. When I come in to work, I greet everybody. I make sure I greet everybody there, and I do not greet her. I just walk past her. And she doesn't come to meet me because we're not friends, we don't talk. The only thing that brings us together is the report, and I wasn't doing the report anymore. So there was nothing to talk about. There was nothing to come and meet me for, to be honest. She now started making friends with the other core members, which I didn't. I gave zero fucks about. And glory be to God, when my IT students texted me after NYSC, after I finished my, they all passed, you guys. They got A's. I'm going to be dropping like conversations. Can you see, you guys? They all passed. They got A's. They were thanking me. They gave me gifts. The ones that gave me snacks gave me snacks. They bought me data. Like, they really appreciated me and my efforts. And I told them something. I said, anytime you guys have issues, even after you go back to school, text me. I'm going to help you. Because these are people that really appreciated me. They were grateful for the help I did. They were never, ever, ever. Do you know, guys? She had a problem with me helping those IT students. Do you know the other IT students that went to meet her that didn't stick with me, or some that did not even come to me at all that went to meet her? She was assigning them to the other co-members. Like, the other co-members were correcting their logbook. They were doing the same thing I was doing to this IT student, but she didn't have a problem. But all of a sudden, if it's Bolu that is doing her own, you have a problem. The other co-members were doing exactly the same thing. You didn't have a problem. You were smiling with them. You never for once gave attitude or threw tantrums the way you did with me. And that's when I knew that there was a problem somewhere. I'm grateful that the entire experience and the entire stuff was worth it at the end, because if they didn't pass, it wasn't going to be worth it. It was worth it at the end. They passed. And that was my happiness. Bronzer. They don't need to put bronzer for me now. I was very happy. They all passed. It was worth it at the end, to be honest. It was worth it. To think that this babe, I didn't even have a number. To show you guys how serious, I didn't even have a number. We were no, like, she just hated me for no reason. I'm sure there are a lot of things that she did to me that I can't even remember. I'm sure there are a lot of things that she did to me that I can't even remember right now. But the ones I can remember, I'm telling you guys how terrible it was, to be honest. It was very terrible. She picked on me real bad. And my boss made me feel better, because trust me, I feel like if I didn't have that conversation with my boss, I would have dimmed my lights. I would have gone to my shell after me and that babe's altercation. Speaking to my boss gave me so much confidence in myself, and that's why I'm making this video, that if you ever pass through this, or you are passing through this, do not ever dim your light for anybody. Continue doing what you're doing, especially if what you're doing is good and you're helping other people, because tomorrow you do not know where you might see another person. That one help you render to this person might be a turning point for the person. So do not ever dim. See me feel like what's my speaker. Do not ever dim your lights, guys, for anybody. I'm telling you, don't ever. If anybody is bullying you, stand on business. Like, stand up for yourself. Don't keep quiet at the end. Stand up for yourself. Forget office protocols. If they do not respect themselves, do not accept any sort of disrespect from anybody. Because I was accepting it, that's why she felt like it was a normal thing for her to do. She didn't like me. She did not like me, and I really knew about it. So they said that all the attendants knew. Do you know she will go about telling them shitty things about me, and she thinks they won't come and tell me. Really, she thinks they will not come and tell me. But guess what? A baby girl wasn't bothered, man. Because I was like, I'm leaving Zatek. I'm not going to be here dragging Zatek with you. This is not where I want to. I don't say I want to come and get a job or snatch a job from you. I'm leaving Zatek. I don't have any business trying to fight for any position here. It is just NYSC. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to be here forever. Like, bro, relax. She did a lot of nasty stuff. Like, imagine going to go and tell my IT students that they are doing nonsense. They should erase it. They should erase it. They are doing nonsense. They should, like, shouting at me. Over what? Oh. Yes. Let me. This dead. This chaos. You guys, hold on. I've gotten something to fan my face. So you guys, that was it. That was my horrible experience. Inferiority complex was a problem, and I don't know, man. I don't know what's about me. It's not like I was dressing. Am I that fine? It's not like I have the clearest skin. It's not like I have anything that I don't even have money. I'm a broadcast bitch. I have money in Jesus' name. Speak positivity into 2024. But I didn't have money. Like, I was a broke core member. So what did you have to? What exactly do you want to have against me? Why are you threatened by my presence? Why do you feel so threatened? So guys, my IT students passed. They did very well. They celebrated me. They were grateful, and that was the highlights. That was all I ever wanted, and that's all I cared for. I didn't care about any other thing. Every other thing is an experience that I passed through, and I just wanted to share it just in case anyone. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. So guys, I've come to the end of this video. Rate my makeup. How did I do? I didn't do my brows. I can't draw a straight line in peace, but maybe another video I'll do another makeup with brows, lashes, all these things, you know. But this one, you guys should rate me. How did I do? I feel like I look good. I look good. I don't look bad. So we've come to the end of this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hope you learned something from this. Hope you learned something, and hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed shooting this. See you next time. Bye.